We're always told that to be great at something, you have to push harder, you have to do more. But what if that's not the whole story? Today, we're going to explore this really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive path to excellence that scientists call flow. It's this amazing state where you don't just shine, you actually start to glow.
This quote right here, it really nails the paradox we're talking about. It's this strange idea that our best moments, our true brilliance, might not come from all that conscious effort, but actually from a place of ease. It's a little weird to think about, I know, but it's the key to everything we're about to get into.
I mean, think about it. We're all taught that success is a grind, right? It's about pressure and force and hustle. But what if there's another way? A state where you kind of get out of your own way and something else just takes over.
So to really get a feel for what this is like, we're going to follow one person's journey. We'll look at these key moments in his life where this effortless state of flow just appeared, completely out of the blue. And this journey is pretty amazing. It takes us through 4 totally different parts of his life. First, as a little kid with a writing assignment, then as a programmer on a crazy deadline, later in a silent meditation, and even during a super casual game of golf. Each one is going to show us a new piece of this puzzle.
All right, so let's start the story. Picture this. It's 1955. The author is just a 10-year-old kid in Shanghai, and he gets this simple assignment in school: describe a bus stop. So he picks up his pencil, and then something totally unexpected happens.
In like 15 minutes, the entire story just poured out of him. No pauses, no corrections, nothing. He didn't think much of it, but his teacher saw pure genius. He got this impossible score, 101 out of 100. It was his very first taste of something moving through him, with basically zero effort.
Okay, now fast forward years later. That same feeling shows up again, but this time in the last place he'd ever expect, his really demanding job as a software developer. He was up against this super complex coding problem. The kind of project that's usually just a long, frustrating grind.
And the results were just staggering. A task that should have taken 4 really tough days of work was done, and done perfectly, in just 2 hours. It was like time and self-doubt completely disappeared. The code basically wrote itself.
So as his life went on, his journey turned more inward, toward things like meditation and qigong. And here, he found flow on an even deeper level. This time, it wasn't about doing something. It was just about being. During one really profound meditation, the feeling of his own body just dissolved. There was no skin, no muscles, nothing, just this calm, pulsing energy. You see, he wasn't trying to meditate anymore. He was the meditation. This was flow in its purest form.
But hey, this isn't just some deep mental or spiritual thing. Flow can show up in our physical bodies too, even when you're just out having fun, like playing a game of golf. Now, he was a pretty average golfer, usually shooting over 80. But one day, out of nowhere, he shot a 73, his personal best, by a long shot. And the secret? He wasn't even trying. He said his swing felt lazy, totally natural, completely effortless. And that's the big paradox, right? By caring less about the score, he got the best score of his life.
Okay, so these personal stories are really cool, but this isn't some rare, once-in-a-lifetime thing. Let's zoom out a bit, because this zone of genius, as some people call it, is universal. You can see it at the absolute highest levels of human performance. Just think about what it means to be in the zone. Back in 2006, the world watched Kobe Bryant score an unbelievable 81 points in a single basketball game. Every single shot, every move, it was all part of this perfect, unbroken flow.
And that's the thing. If Kobe had stopped to think, or to doubt himself, or to try too hard for even a split second, that magic spell would have been broken. This kind of performance isn't about pushing harder. It's about being in complete, total harmony with the moment.
So we've seen all these examples, from a 10-year-old kid to a sports legend. What's the secret? What is the one thing that connects all of these incredible moments?
Well, it all comes down to a huge shift in how we think. Our culture is constantly yelling at us that success comes from pressure and force. But the truth of flow, it's the exact opposite. True brilliance isn't something you chase down. It's something that shows up the moment you finally let go.
And that really gets us to the heart of it. Flow is not the prize you get for working really hard. It's the complete absence of effort. It's that magical space where you stop striving and you just become a channel for whatever is happening through you. Now, I know this might all sound a little out there, maybe something that's only for geniuses or monks. But the real takeaway here is that this state is available to all of us. And the trick isn't to chase after it, it's to stop chasing it completely.
So how do we invite a little more flow into our lives? Well, this isn't some rigid formula you have to master. It's more about creating the right conditions. Start with simple things you genuinely love to do. Do them just for the fun of it, not for some big result. Anchor yourself in your own breath. And probably the most important part, just soften your grip a little. Let go of control and allow things to just unfold.
And that brings us to the beautiful final paradox of it all. The harder you search for this state of effortless excellence, the more it's going to slip through your fingers. It will only find you when you stop looking for it. So I guess the question I want to leave you with is this. What amazing things might happen in your life if you just stopped trying so hard?